Alright, he predicts my Expo, and with that misprediction, I can Tesla. I can Starlight.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's basically. Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That's okay. That's.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today I am joined by none other than SK. Been trying to get you on the channel for a while, man. What's up? What's good? Welcome to the channel. How you doing?
Hey Ash, I'm doing all right. A little nervous to be here, but I'm very glad and very honored, honestly. How are you doing?
There's absolutely nothing to be nervous about. Just Clash Royale, and I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. So you're gonna talk about Expo with us today. My big thing is after the Earthquake nerf, and we're going to play a Grand Challenge live, guys, as well. Just kind of replay to start things off. But after the Earthquake nerf, is Expo better than ever? What is the state of Expo right now? Talk to us a little bit about the overall health.
All right, so in all honesty, the Earthquake quote-unquote nerf was actually a buff against Expo, which is weird if you think about it. But basically what they did was they fixed the issue of Earthquake cycling. But what they did was overbuff Earthquake in terms of tower damage. So now what people do is instead of Earthquake cycling against Expo, they high Earthquake against the Tesla, and it just gets like one shot. And then, so my friends and I posted a bunch of interactions when it was first out, and like a hog Earthquake against a Tesla gets 2 hits on the tower, which is not what used to happen. So basically, what I described it was basically a transition from Earthquake cycle to Earthquake beatdown, if that makes sense, where the win condition isn't cycling Earthquakes on tower, it's just destroying the buildings with Earthquake, which does so much building damage now. And so honestly, I think the Earthquake rework was even worse for Expo. Okay. And I can go into more detail about why I think Expo's in a bit of a need of a further rework, if that makes sense. But,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's my surface level thoughts for now.
No, I want to hear your thoughts on that. So you think the Expo's in a worse spot than ever now? Is that safe to say, or is that like being a little bit, hyperbolic?
So I think it is a bit hyperbolic for all of us to say like, oh, Expo's dead, because what I realized is that Expo is worse than ever on paper, but that means that a lot of Expo's good matchups think that Expo's worse, which means people play other decks in the meta, which Expo still does well against regardless of the balance updates. So Expo's still in a fine spot. People can still get high with Expo. It's just that against a very specific amount of decks, for example, mostly Earthquake decks, some Golem decks, it is in a worse spot than ever. And what I would like to see is for Expo to get a bit of the rework adjusted, because I think that they kind of overdid the rework. It was pretty much widely regarded as an overall nerf. Okay. Because what they did was they decreased the HP, which I don't agree with. They decreased the lifetime, which I agree with. But basically, their philosophy was, let's make Expo better on offense, worse on defense. But by decreasing the HP, they made it worse on both, because spells just do more damage against it in a vacuum, whether it's on offense or defense.
Good points. I want to talk about how you're adjusting your gameplay, your play style, now that it's in this kind of position that it is. But let's go ahead and search for a match first. I'll come right back when we find a match. All right, here we are inside the next one. Not too long of a wait. All right, let's give you the Lucky Inferno Tower emote and get into this, SK. So where are you from, SK?
Oh, so I grew up in the US, but I moved to Singapore. So I currently live in Singapore right now.
Okay. How long you been over there?
A pretty nice place.
Nice.
I've been here for over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, cool. I definitely like it.
That's cool.
It's a pretty great place.
All right, you're going against Lava Miner.
So we're against Lava right now.
Yeah.
And this is one matchup where it's honestly just whoever plays better will win.
Okay, so it's a 50-50?
Yeah, I would say so. A lot of Expo players would say that it's slightly in Lava's favor, but I'm usually able to win it.
Okay. So what is your strategy going to be here overall, like high level?
So I personally like to not go in with any offensive Expos until double.
Okay.
But okay, he's playing passive as well, which is pretty smart. Yeah, so I don't like to go with Expos because it just gives him a free balloon, and that's not really worth it for me. But we'll see if he goes Lava here. Alright, looks like he goes Inferno, so I'm gonna Tesla. I think he's mad that I'm not going with Expo, because that would be pretty good for him. But I don't really He might go lava in the right now. Yeah, that's a good play by him. So I'm just going to go with a knight. Oh, one important thing this matchup is going with knights at the bridge. Because knight actually does a surprising amount of damage. Yeah, he was forced to barbs because he didn't want to take a full knight, basically.
Okay. So are you going to just... Okay. Just log
Alright, so he uses arrows, so I can just get... I'm back to another Tesla because I played that one so long ago.
Nice, nice, nice.
And this will pretty much clean up most of the lava. And now his barbs are out of cycle. I can go into the expo with my surviving Tesla.
Ooh.
That's a pretty good balloon by him. But I should be able to get back to a Tesla right now.
Oh, yeah, you do. All right. So you both you both take some damage there. You get more.
Yeah, yeah. He goes lava, so I'm gonna knight. I don't have the best cycle right now, so I kind of need to focus on fixing my cycle. And I'm back to another Tesla. So archers are also really important in this matchup. You kind of want to play archers early as you're seeing him doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, he actually messes up, and what I do when he plays the balloon onto the Tesla like that is, I go with fireball back so that I keep my Tesla alive, as you saw just now.
Well played.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, so.
And he goes with lava at the bridge, kind of a panic play,
move.
if I do say so. I would say so. But I do have to kind of focus on defending this lava now. Yeah. And I have to fireball that loon back as well, which is a little tricky.
Oh my god. Okay. Tesla getting so much value
so it's looking a bit tough, but I might be able to get him in a pretty bad cycle right now.
Alright.
Okay, so he plays bad barbs. I can fireball all of that. And I get my expo on the tower.
Okay, okay. Ah, he zaps.
Yeah.
Gotta respond, right? Okay, nice, nice.
Yep, so
wow.
he plays a predictive Inferno. Not the best Inferno by him.
Why did your expo
I'm gonna
take forever?
fireball this. Not sure. But
no.
If I log this miner back, I should get a connection. Yep. And that should be the game.
Zap. Okay.
A very close match.
Oh my god, dude. GG's, man. GG's.
Yeah.
I may have lost faith for a second there down the stretch.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Still reeling from after that last match. We are 10-1 going against this guy. All right. So how you feeling, SK, after that last one?
Still kind of recovering from that last one, but
okay.
I'm trying to just focus on the match in front of me, not let it affect me going forward.
Good call. Good call. All right, so Dark Prince.
So we see Dark Prince, Goblin Gang. I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, right.
In all honesty, but basically, if you don't know what they have, you definitely want to play it by ear. Oh, so I actually think this is going to be a Goblin Giant deck, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Goblin Giant Double Prince. That's what it looks like. So, yeah, from what I can see, it's probably Goblin Giant Double Prince. I have a Tesla alive, so I'm just gonna... True. I have a Tesla alive, so I'm gonna Expo. And I'll let my Expo die right now, because I don't want to overcommit to it. There's no real reason to.
Okay, so it looks like Goblin Giant Sparky Rage, maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh, well, I was gonna say potentially Double Prince with Fireball, but we'll have to see it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm up a little bit, because he played a Zap just now.
Yeah, so what do you do here? Okay.
Okay, so in this matchup, like I told you, you pretty much lean on the Tesla very much. So he plays Prince. I think is actually... Okay, I played those Scalies because it's a force of habit, but I think since his Zap was out of cycle, those were actually bad. And my Tesla actually dies. That is not great. But I should be able to get back to one, because again, like I said, I'm playing a lot of Tesla, which means if I pre-plant a Tesla, I'll have it in cycle in the future.
Okay.
You know?
No, that makes a lot of sense. So, pre-placing Tesla is a go-to move.
In this matchup, very much so, because pretty much in most Bridgeman matchups too. Because if you think about it, anything they play just goes into the Tesla. Like, what can they do about a Tesla?
True.
This is something that Jax is very passionate about.
The power of the Tesla. Yeah. Jax actually recommended you. I'll give him a shout out. Recommended I get you on the channel.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, big shout out to Jax. Anyway, so he's playing his Fireball high. He kind of has no choice, which is good for me because he's not getting any damage on my tower. And I'm fine just letting these Expos die, you know?
Okay.
Because he's not getting any damage on my tower. We're progressing in the match. Looks like I get a connection, actually.
Wow, okay.
So I think what I'm going to do is Knight like that, Tesla like that. I do have to deal with those bats. I should be good here. Yep.
Tesla's
so I got a
strong.
small connection. Yeah, Tesla is very strong. Alright, he plays bats. I'm going to have to Fireball that just because of my cycle. That's actually probably going to charge on my tower. I'm a bit scared of it, so I'm going to...
Good call, good call.
I hope he doesn't Goblin Giant in front of this. Looks like he does not. Alright, so he knows he's up, but here you can see I play my Tesla to kill the Dark Prince, and then it just stays on the map. So that's kind of... You can take care of stuff.
Yeah.
And have your Tesla survive.
Yeah.
Yep, the power of Tesla. He actually has to Fireball my Tesla. That's how powerful it is. Just a raw Fireball on the Tesla. Yep. So this isn't very like exciting, but this is pretty much how you play the matchup. And
honestly,
there
it's
much
exciting to me. For some reason, I hate watching people play against Expo, but I love watching Expo play. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, the micro can be very fun to watch.
Yes. It's like I'm always edging my seat.
So I'm gonna Expo.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna Expo because I have 2 Teslas alive. There's like no real reason not to, you know?
Okay.
Like these Teslas, I can even just let this die. I'll Knight in front just to... And I'll Fireball all of that. Yep, he's forced to Fireball. And we're in triple now. You can see he basically hasn't damaged my tower.
Yeah,
actually,
man.
Since he just used a Fireball, I'm gonna Defensive Expo because he doesn't have a real response to the Expo right away. And I'm gonna Skellies in a place where he wouldn't expect, so that I'll throw his Zap off guard. I'm back to yet another Knight. So basically with this deck, a big principle is just cycling multiple of a card. So cycling multiple Knights, cycling multiple Teslas, those 2 are the main things you want it. And he's kind of just playing into my stuff, like he doesn't have a choice, right?
Yeah. Oh man, dude.
And I think he's pretty low on Elixir right now. Yep, I got a connection. I think he just used Zap, so he can't retarget that.
Oh man, dude, that was well played. You schooled him. I mean,
Thank you.
You just played it very well, you know? And you did a good job, by the way.
What I had to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was saying, in this matchup, the Expo rework changes almost nothing. But in other matchups, it changes a lot. So that's why I think they didn't go for the right call with the Expo rework.
I got you.
We can talk more about that later.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Hey, by the way, do you stream or anything like that? Because you're a natural, man. You're very good at breaking down your gameplay and stuff.
I have not actually streamed for a very long time, but because a lot of people suggested it to me, I've started streaming on Twitch. Okay. I don't even have affiliate yet, but I have started.
Okay. Well,
I think I have all the requirements except for stream on 7 days, so I'm working towards that.
Sounds good. Maybe we can help you out with that. But in the meantime, we'll put your Twitch information along with your Twitter information in the show notes below. So check them out, guys. And we'll be right back with match number 12.
Right.
All right, here we go. Match number 12 underway against Royal Pain from the CR Dream Team.
All right, so Ice Golem Skeletons could be 2.6 potentially. That would be interesting because I haven't seen it in a very long time.
So,
actually,
wow.
It could actually be 2.6.
I love it. Perfect for the video. How do you play against 2.6 as a 3.0?
Okay, so this is one of the matchups I'm not that great at, but basically for single elixir, you want to try and not get outcycled, which is definitely what you can see cycling very aggressively, trying to outcycle my Tesla. So I need to address that.
Yeah. Both of you cycle.
And I'm already back to a Tesla.
Yeah.
Yep, so usually don't cycle that aggressively, but since I know that's what he's trying to do, I had to kind of do it back. And I'll try and... Cannon's actually very good in this matchup. I'll try and let that lock onto my Knight and then play a Tesla. So this Tesla will pull a Hog, as you can see here.
Nice. Okay, and you go right for the Expo.
Yep, so let's see what he does. I won't overcommit to this Expo. So I can't really do much about a cannon, like it's 3 elixir, right?
Yeah.
But I can potentially log to throw him off guard. Nope. So I don't get too much done there.
No.
And he did outcycle my Tesla by 1 card, but with that Ice Spirit, I'm back. So I'm just gonna...
Nice.
Yeah, so this is actually one of the matchups that got worse with the rework, because what they can do is, because you know that hit points got reduced, which means they can fireball log your expos, and they take way more damage than they should, in my opinion.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's a little bit of a problem, yeah.
And he's probably gonna.
All right, I played my knight a little late there.
Yeah.
So I'll just have to let this die now.
I like how you just kind of accept your losses, you know? You're like...
Yeah, very important to let expos die when they're about to die. People, I think one of the biggest mistakes expo players make, especially beginner ones, or people trying to get better, is they overcommit to expos that are already going to die.
Okay. That's really good advice.
I think I missed my log just now, actually. That's not that good for me. But also, this is the Tesla placement that does not let does not let a fireball hit the Tesla and the tower. Ice Spirit was a bit of a misclick there, but it's all good. Yep, so I am up 1 fireball right now, which is really good for me.
Yeah.
As you can see, I have to play this very passively, because if I overcommit at all, he's gonna outcycle my Tesla.
And you're always cycling pretty fast.
Always, yeah, always. Just going with plays that don't require too much commitment. So him starting a Musketeer in the back is a little worrisome. I think, alright, he predicts my Expo, and with that missed prediction, I can Tesla. I mean, sorry, I can Fireball.
Fireball. Oh, okay, sweet.
So yeah, he's basically... Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That's... Okay, that's a little unlucky.
that was awful.
My surviving Tesla decided... Okay, that is... Alright, so basically my previous surviving Teslas are not doing me any favors.
No.
But I have to get back to a Tesla as soon as possible right now. Yep, I think I just barely got it in time. Yeah, that's really good.
That knight
and
did
it does
work.
take care of that Musketeer.
Oh wow, that Tesla
perfect.
was so OP. Alright, so the damage is pretty much equal here.
So we're gonna start Spell Cycle.
Yep.
Cycle is a little faster than mine. Which can be tough. But yeah, he actually might win the Spell Cycle match. Just because his cycle is faster than mine, but we'll have to see. I'm actually gonna try and go in now.
Okay.
Just because he's kind of overcommitting on those fireballs.
Yeah. He's gone ham with spell cycles here. And now
Yeah, which is what he should do, but I need to try and force him to fireball my Expo here, if possible.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Alright, nice. And we did get an Expo connection.
Oh,
so that should be the win right there. Yep. So that's how I play against 2.6. Just don't get outcycled.
Well done, dude.
You have to... Yeah.
He had his pedal on the proverbial metal there when it comes to the spell cycle, and you just were like, okay, he's going a little aggressive here. Like, I felt like he was unloading as soon as he had the elixir, you know?
Yeah, which is what he should do, but I recognized that, so I decided... That was actually what I was doing at first, if you could see, but after he did it a bit too much, I decided to go in a little bit, yeah.
Well played, man. And we faced like that was like this is a perfect video because we faced like all the popular like long time meta decks, you know? Any final thoughts on Expo strategy, state of Expo, anything before we let you go?
As I was saying about the rework, I think that they didn't do it correctly, because you saw just now against Lava and against Goblin Giant, it didn't actually do anything. Yeah. Like the decrease in lifetime and hit points didn't matter, because actually what's not really known to most people is that the fundamentals of Expo Cycle are mostly the cycle cards in Tesla, not really the Expo itself. So that's actually what makes the defense so strong if you think about it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think the hit points nerf was a bit unnecessary. What I would like to see is potentially a reversion of the hit points nerf And I think they should address the issue in 3.0 Expo, which is the Knight, not the Expo. I think the Knight needs a nerf as soon as possible. I think it's been long overdue. And honestly, as an Expo Cycle player myself, I would love to go back to Ice Golem. It's just that Knight is better in almost every way.
Okay.
So there's no real reason to right now.
Interesting. So you think that Expo needs a buff or a change back in its favor, and you think that the Knight needs a nerf. The Knight needs a nerf.
Yeah, so I don't need to get into... I'm not sure if these details are like overly specific, but I would say that what they should do, in my opinion, is revert the hit points nerf. The lifetime nerf is fine, honestly. I can see the reasoning behind that. And maybe tone back the damage a bit, because they did buff the damage to compensate. So I think they should give the hit points back and tone the damage down, either half of what they gave it or maybe a bit more. But yeah, I think the issue is really the support cards, especially Knight, not the Expo itself. So I think Expo was unjustly nerfed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man, I think that you hit on some really good points there, and I will be sure to pass this info along to... I don't know what they'll do with it, but I'll pass this info along to the CR team, man. I agree. Like, as a non-Expo player, I agree with you. You know, Knight does feel very broken in general, you know, like super strong card. And I do think that Expo, you know, it feels like they made the changes to Earthquake without really strong, not, I shouldn't say without considering, but kind of without really putting Expo in front and center in their mind, you know? They're just like, Earthquake's too strong, it's cycling, we need to do something about it now, you know?
Yeah, I think they kind of overbuffed it to compensate. So
yeah,
no shade whatsoever towards the development or balance team, but I think this kind of change needs to be thought about from an objective point of view, not just like, okay, they're earthquake cycling towers, let's just remove that and cause a new issue in its stead, you know?
Sure, man. Well, I appreciate the insight, appreciate your opinions. I think they're dead on, and curious what my viewers think about this. What do you guys think about Expo? What do you think about Earthquake? Let me know in the comments below. SK, listen, man, good job in the Grand Challenge. We'd love to have you back on sometime in the future, maybe when they buff Expo or make some changes. But thanks so much for coming on. Any shout-outs or anything like that before we let you go?
Okay, so the first thing I wanted to say is that I've always uploaded on YouTube. So I did start streaming on Twitch, but I've always been committed to my YouTube channel and just putting out the best Expo content for everyone to learn. So if you're interested, you can feel free to watch. I'm trying to introduce more like text tips and voiceover videos. But for shoutouts, firstly, I'd like to say shout out to Ian, probably the best Expo player in the world, in my opinion, or at least tied for it. Yeah. And definitely my biggest inspiration for Expo by far. Next, I'd like to say shout out to 7-4, also arguably one of the best Expo players in the world and someone I've personally learned a lot from in terms of difficult matchups I've struggled with. And shout out to everyone in the Ups group chat, and shout out to Death, because if I didn't meet Death, I probably wouldn't have met all my friends in the community today. So I'm very grateful for that. And shout out to you, Ash, for always producing wonderful content and giving me this opportunity to be on and share my thoughts about Expo. I really appreciate it.
Hey, SK, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, man. Gotta get you back soon. I'm sure you'll be my viewers' favorite guest, certainly in recent memory. So thanks so much for coming on again. Appreciate the tips, and we'll see you next time, okay?
All right, take care. Thanks so much, Ash.
No problem, man. Guys, check out SK's player stats and information. Thanks to StatsRoyale.com in the show notes below, along with his YouTube channel and Twitch channel and Twitter information. Support my guests here. It helps support me on the channel as well to keep them coming on. And a big shout out to Bren Chong. Check out his information as well. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.